Hi, I'm Lyn Cramer. I'm going to be teaching you an advanced tap routine today to a cut from this album by the group Bond. They're an English group, and they have several CDs out. This is their first CD called Shine. The cut is number 3, Fuego. And the routine is set quite specifically to this piece of music. The musicality is very distinct, and the steps fit it perfectly. So I'm going to be teaching you the routine a cappella so you can clearly hear my feet. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. We have a very dramatic beginning. There's not a lot of tap involved in the top. We start facing upstage. The left foot is in a dig and the right arm's overhead. We have a 4-count introduction. We open the arm 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, it's very Spanish in style. We step out on the left foot 1, 2, on the right foot 3, 4, and wrap our arms. Chaîné turn 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk forward 1, 2, opening the arms 3, 4. Box step 5, 6, 7, 8. The arms open on 1, on 2, head snaps forward 3, and you hold the count of 4. Let me go through that quickly again, and then we launch right into the fast tap work. So we start here, and we have 1, 2, 3, open 5, 6, 7, 8, out 1, 2, wrap 3, 4, chaîné, turn 7, 8, walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, arm, arm, front, and hold. Then from this position, we go right into tap. I'm going to relax my arms while I teach it to you, but do remember that they are behind your back. Starting with your right foot, you have heel, spank, heel, shuffle, heel, ball, heel. Reversing. Heel, spank, heel, shuffle, heel, ball, heel. 3 times in a row. Heel, spank, heel, shuffle, heel, shuffle, heel, shuffle, heel, ball, heel. And that one's slow. Whole pattern reverses on the left. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 E and a 8 and. Again, right and left, you have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 E and a 8 and. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 E and a 8 and. Without my counts, this is the way it sounds. Now, I would like to remind you that when you hear this piece of music, you're going to recognize it, and it's going to be very easy to understand how the footwork really does relate specifically to the beats of the music. So you really will be able to know exactly what you're doing, and you won't have to subdivide these counts quite so much with your students because they'll hear it musically. When you get through right and left, then you have a little change in the step. So you're doing 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 and 8 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Right foot, left foot. So you see the pattern. It's always the same, just with that little variation of the stomp. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Hold, hold, hold. Hold, hold, hold. And that happens 4 times. So this is the entire step 1. You have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 E and a 8 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 5 E and a 6, 7, 8 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 and 8 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 5, 7. That's the entire step. Now, without me counting one more time. When we did the step in class to really feel that hold in there, that's what all my students would do. Ba-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da, huh, ba-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da, huh, and then we'd go along. So we had a little vocal. It really helped us to secure that rhythm. So you might want to try that. It's an awful lot of fun with your students. Okay, next step is a drawback series. We have step, ball change. So you're doing a syncopated drawback. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Then a leap shuffle with 2 steps. So you see that the sound is identical even though the steps are different. Drawback. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and leap. Repeat. Now, you've done all of step 1 with your hands behind your back. When you start this drawback series, we actually have a port-a-bras. So this is what we have, and the arms stay in second. Then we have the repeat of the port-a-bras, and then the arms stay in second. Then we have hold, hold, hold. Hold, hold, hold. Ball, heel, step on the end. Now let me count that out for you because you'll hear that musically we're repeating a very similar pattern from step 1. So we have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 and 8 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 and 8. And the hands come behind your back. So a little quicker without counts. Or huh. And the hands snap back to your back. All right, now I'd like to put those first 2 steps together, and in the beginning step, the first step, I'm going to show you the head movement because I didn't do that at all when I broke down the feet, so you can see how that works with the arms behind your back. Remember, we've just gone open, open, hands behind your back. Step number 1. Huh. Huh. Now from there, going on to step number 3, you have a very similar execution as you did in step 1, very similar, but now the foot carries weight. And you travel the step. So it's the same as we did in step 1, but now we're moving left and the stomping foot carries weight. Ha. Ha. So it's the same exact feeling, but we're traveling to the left and the head does this. It always follows the shuffling foot. Now our break is different. Paradiddle 4 counts, 4 times. You may simply know it as paddle and roll. Right, left, right, left. Then we do a 5 count paradiddle, and in case you don't know this, there's a heel drop that separates a 4 count. Heel, spank, heel, ball, heel, heel, spank, heel, ball, heel, heel, spank, heel, ball, heel. And you see that releases my left foot for the reverse. So let me show you this slowly. 4 counts, 4 times, 5. Now I'm just going to reverse it for practice and give you the count so you see how it works. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 E and a 8 E and. So you go right through the E and of the count of 8. Now this works this way. Your hands are behind your back. Remember, our head follows our shuffling foot. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 5 E and a 6 E and a 7 and 8 and relax your arms. Reverse. I won't break it down because it's an exact reverse. Then we go right back into the 4 count paradiddle. And then we have a measure all by itself. All I'm doing is ball, heel, stomp. There's no weight. And I flip the arms to a Spanish style 4th position. I'm quasi parallel facing corner number 2. Boom, just like that. All right, so we've gone from the last step, step number 2, and then we go right into this little step.
here's your paradiddles. I relax my arms. My head follows my shuffling foot. Back to the paradiddles. And then we have a measure by itself. Hold. So you're doing 5 and 6 and 7, 8. You're feeling that 8 count, or even 1 and 2 and 3, hold 4. So you're holding the 4th beat of the bar. And then we go into a brand new step after that. We're going to leap onto the right foot and do a heel-toe drop. So what I'm doing is leap and a riff. And basically it's a 5-count riff. But you can treat it like leap and a riff, heel-toe. Then I do tip, heel, step, and when I do, as I step, I completely shift my focus to the right. So I'm doing tip, heel, step. Now I'm traveling in a reverse. And the same thing happens. Now I'm going to repeat it 3 times, but I'm going in a circle left. I'm putting the ending on again. Now the whole pattern reverses to the left, and your dancers are facing upstage. Now I travel again. So this step really has the ability, if you would like it to move a great deal downstage to upstage. I'll put them both together. The head, of course, is extremely important, as is the arm on the stamp. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. From this position, the arms have to go through as you turn to the downstage right corner. So you really need to have lead rather than that. So from this position, you're doing maxi forward turns to the right with a heel drop. Ball, heel. 2 heels on the right. So you have 2 maxi forwards again with a heel drop. Now, if you would like to increase the difficulty for your better dancers, your really advanced kids, of course you can put a pickup in it. And all I'm doing is swapping the pickup. So I'm picking up right foot to left foot and then dropping my heel. I will leave those out as I turn, but you are welcome to put them into the dance if you would like to. I'm going to do it plain. There's 2 turns here, another turn as you ball heel, and then my arms go out to second as I drop those 2 heels, and I set up in the corner for a ball change, and I'll do it for you in just a minute. Left pickups coming all the way back to where you started, left double pickups. Then this foot is going to reverse the entire pattern to corner 2. So we're going around again to corner 2 with a ball heel. Notice my arms are exactly the same. From here, ball change, which is your preparation, pickups with your right foot leading all the way to your starting point. When you get there, you're then going to do echo wings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Ball change, touch, open. Very dramatic with the chin lifted. Again, after the wings, there's that 1 bar of music. It happens so many times throughout the piece, and it goes like this. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum. It's very dramatic, and it's just 4 beats of music. And what you're doing is going ball change, ba-da-dum, and then we go right back in to a step that we have done before. There's a very long series of repeats before we go into a circle pattern. So right now I'd like to go back and show you that entire turning sequence so you can see my pickups and how I'm working on a diagonal. We've just done tip, heel, step, if you'll remember correctly, on our riff pattern. Now we're headed to the corner. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice my focus stays to corner 1, and it changes as I turn. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pick up the tempo for the echo wings. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ball change, dramatic right there, opening the arms. Okay, now let's go back from the top and put all of that together.
Okay, before we get started on running the whole piece a cappella, I'd like to remind you about my email address, which is lyncramer@ou.edu. If you would like a copy of these detailed notes, I'll send them to you in Microsoft Word format. What I'm going to do for you now is dance the entire thing a cappella. I will count the introduction because of the nature of what it is. And once I go into step 1 of the tap, I'm going to quit counting and let you hear my feet. So we start facing up stage, the right arm's above our head. 1, 2, 3, 4, open 5, 6, 7, 8, out 1, 2, wrap 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, hold 4. Olé. Hold. 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 Free measure.